Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and in this video I'm going to review the Ruby Sparks. Now, a lot of you probably have not heard this movie, but I was really looking forward to it because I heard really great things about it. I heard it was such a great movie and that it's very cute. And I'm very happy to say that that is definitely the case. Ruby Sparks is a fantastic movie and one of the most enjoyable movie experiences I've had in the movies in 2012. And also, it is definitely one of my favorite movies of the year, by far. So the movie is basically about this novelist named Calvin, played by Paul Dano, who basically, he's kind of ran out of ideas. He was kind of famous, but now he's sort of running out of ideas. And one day, he basically dreams about this girl named Ruby Sparks, and he starts to write about her. Now, just to tell you, before I get into the plot, though, there will be some spoilers in this, so just know that there are spoilers. And these are major spoilers, but he basically starts to write about her, and then the next day he wakes up and she's in his apartment and she's talking to him like she's his girlfriend. Now, he doesn't really know what's going on, but at the same time he wants to try this relationship out, and that is very funny because he tries to pretend that they've known each other, and she doesn't realize she's fake, so a lot of stuff happens in this, and if I give anything else away, I'll give away the whole movie, so I'll talk about that in the spoiler section, but that's the basic plot. Seems pretty simple, but it's definitely not as simple as it seems, and it definitely is a pretty simple plot, but it just expands and you're enjoying it the whole time. And I think that's because of the performances. Paul Dano as Calvin was fantastic. I thought he was really great because he basically, you can tell that he knows this isn't real, that this girl is just a figment. He thinks it's a figment of his imagination, but then he realizes that she is real, and he tries to try things out, and I thought he was very good, and he was also very funny at some points, too. I thought he was really great. And then but who really impressed me was Zoe Kazan as Ruby. I thought she was fantastic in that she could go from happy to emotional, and she also at times was annoying, and she was just everything you would have wanted Ruby Sparks to be. She was perfect. And the other great thing is that the two of them are actually dating in real life, so you can definitely tell. And so I think Zoe Kazan just blew my mind. There's just one scene in particular that I'm going to talk about in the spoiler section, but there's one scene in particular and that scene was just, oh my god, Zoe Kazan was so great in it, and so was Paul Dano. They're both so good, and they're definitely one of the best film duos of the year. I thought they held each other, they both held their own very well. And they both have amazing chemistry. And then there is Antonio Banderas, who actually is not in this movie as much as you think he is. And one other person I want to point out is Steve Coogan. I think that's who played his brother. He was hilarious. Whoever played his brother, he was absolutely hilarious because he basically gets to, he finds out about Ruby and he can't tell anybody, but at the same time, he really likes Ruby, and he was just really funny, I think. So that's all I can say right now, but if you have not seen Ruby Sparks, I'm about to tell you everything. I'm about to ruin the entire movie to you, and trust me, if you want to see this movie, do not watch these spoilers, because I'm about to ruin the entire movie. Because the spoilers section, it just ruins the entire movie. So, here we go. Alright, so I thought it was very interesting how whatever Calvin could write, he could whatever he wrote down, she would automatically do. And I thought it was very interesting with the scene where she was so upset and they made her happy, and she's very happy, and then he makes her a certain way and she's the same way that he writes. I thought that was very interesting how that worked. I didn't really expect that. I was expecting her to be, I was expecting her to be a creation, but I thought she was just going to be a regular person and nothing really was going to happen, and that she'd just be a regular person. But I didn't expect that, and I really like that aspect. Now, the scene I really want to talk about with Zoe Kazan that I thought really had her stand out, and Paul Dano, was the scene where he basically tells her she's not real. And that was a very hard scene to watch, I have to say. And he types on the typewriter all the stuff that you know, he could do all this stuff to her, and she was just amazing in that scene because all the stuff she had to do, like barking like a dog and speaking in a different language and all that other stuff she had to do, like strip and sing. I thought that was absolutely amazing how that worked out. And then, oh, the other thing I want to talk about is the ending. I expected them to stay together, but I didn't expect him to meet her. I expected him to meet another girl similar to her, but it is exactly her. And I really like that. I was really hoping that's the way it would go, but I really thought it was going to go the other way, where he just meets someone similar to her. Kind of like how 500 Days of Summer did it, which I didn't actually see that movie, but my parents saw that movie, and they said it was a very big disappointment. But this movie, they end up together, and I love how they showed her, you know, with shorter hair in the last scene, and the scene where she says, "Don't tell me how it ends," and "You look familiar." I love that, and I loved all of it. I thought it was so great how they ended it, and the ending is just so, so good. The whole movie is so good, but I think the ending really is what bounces everything together, and I really loved it. Also, I also thought I love the scene. I do want to point out the other scene where she's constantly happy, and there's a scene where he's reading the newspaper and she's singing. He's like, "Stop singing, I'm trying to read the newspaper." And it's simple lines, but really it's a big deal because she automatically gets upset, and that's when he turns into a happy person. And I thought that was really cool how that all worked out. So that's what I thought of that. But if you cannot tell already, I absolutely loved Ruby Sparks. I loved everything about 10 out of 10. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. It's definitely going to be in my top 10 updated movies of 2012. I absolutely loved it. So if you have not seen Ruby Sparks, you must see Ruby Sparks right freaking now. It is amazing. Okay, so that is my review for Ruby Sparks. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next movie review, which will be for the movie Safety Not Guaranteed. So stay tuned for that. Bye! Also, Ruby Sparks proves that, I forgot to say though, that Ruby Sparks proves that you do not need a very mainstream movie to have a very nice love story, because I felt this was one of the best love stories I've ever heard. Okay, bye!